Hello, everybody. We are back with part two of What If Laz or 21 was isekai'd into Ruby. Um, yeah. We're gonna have a guest later on the show, and I Laz slash sis doesn't know who it is yet. But if you're watching this
Asshole.
after the fact, you probably already know. Sis, are
You?
you ready?
Yeah, sure.
So we finished off on the first day of oh, right before the first day of school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's found a way to hide her tails. So she's hiding her tails, and I'm gonna be doing some stuff in the background. Sorry, because I need to get this stuff in the files. You'll probably see some images flash up on screen, maybe, maybe not. Uh, we start off at the beginning. I'm walking towards my forge, and you're yelling at me about something. We discussed this yesterday after the stream, so you want to start off with
We did.
what we said we are going to argue with?
Yeah. So I would be yelling at you over the weapon I wanted. But you said you couldn't create it as much as you wanted to. Even though it was my desired weapon, we would be arguing, and it would come to a point where we would get too mad at each other. You would end up slamming the door to your forge, not letting me in.
Yeah, and you know, if you come into my forge, I have the right to pummel you until you leave the forge.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting the pictures ready. Here I am. I'm getting my picture here. So I won't be in the first section of the little area because first day they go off into the middle of the woods and do the test. I'm not going to be in the test because I'm in the forge, but I'm going to be pulling up an image, which is me. As you can see, this is my character. There we go. Remember, all the images that I show on my streams and my videos, I do not own, unless you see it poorly drawn and really bad color scheme, because then that's me. What? It's true, though.
Still.
So, Laz is currently sitting in the room down because Laz just had an argument with the only one that she could fully open up to from her past life, me. So she's a little down, and Osmond walks into the room. It's time for the first day. Are you ready?
I guess so. Osmond.
Right this way. And he leads you out to the middle of the forest. You see Yang, Ruby, Blake, all the characters from the original show. And there's one extra platform. And Osmond walks up to you after you get there and asks, "Where is Alexis? Is she coming?"
I just look at him and say no with like an angered voice.
Oh, okay. Um, that's fine. Let's get this started then. Everybody gets launched into the middle of the forest. And we go to God. Okay. Uh, hold on. I need to get the guy in here. So we go to God, and he's just rubbing his temples, being like, "God, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Another freaking one. Another damn reincarnation. Have to freaking do stuff with." God, I'm I'm being an idiot here. What is your name, and why are you here again?
My name is Iris Nolafield.
God. Your name
Does
from your
Raphael come
last
up with-
life, not the one you want.
Well, I'm known by many names, but the one I was mostly called was 14D Fox.
Okay, Fox. And why are you out of the cycle of heaven and hell and in the cycle of reincarnation?
I don't know. What about you ask? How about you ask the big man himself?
I am the big man himself.
Fair point.
Fine. God turns around and he starts typing on a computer. You, that damn unsmooth criminal, and that damn Laz are all shitting themselves before you die. Why?
Well, actually, mine's a lot more darker. Let's see what I put in my suicide note.
And why did you commit suicide?
That is questions left unanswered.
I thank you for not answering that question because I see right here. I do not want to know, so I'm not going to continue reading. God, you criminal and the frickin' Laz girl giving me a headache. Oh, I do
Is
play
what I
one
do
game.
best.
Remnant, Earth or Earth.
Remnant, please.
You criminal and Laz. What is with you guys in Remnant? It's on the
Because
brink of destruction.
it's a well-known show in our old world.
I may just blow up the planet and delete the world. Okay. I'm not going to attempt to ask you things because I already know everything you need to know. What I need to know. I'm putting you at the same age as them. God damn it. Why do I even try to be nice when people just shit themselves before they're reincarnated? Well,
Don't look at me.
you're currently going to see time through like a, how should I say this? A
Through
speed
an eyeglass.
No. Through a time lapse, kind of. Because they're currently, well, one of them's currently in a forest, feeling absolutely like garbage, and another one is currently mentally breaking in a forge, making a weapon.
If it's who I think they are, it makes sense. If you're talking about the other two.
Yeah. Oh god, the fucking jar of dirt. Why did he make me give him a jar of dirt?
I knew Criminal in my old life, and he's an idiot.
Okay, quick question. What is his obsession with a goddamn jar of dirt?
Because he's obsessed with pirates.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Ugh, fine. God waves his hand and you just disappear. In the Atlas HQ, a child was born and is now leaving to go to Beacon Academy. And we go back to Laz in the middle of the forest. You start talking to yourself.
Oh yeah. There, wait a minute. After I would have been launched through the forest, I would probably start just talking to myself like how much like I regret what I just did, and I would try to go back later after the forest training and try to make amends with Alexis, which is her name now. But after what I'm doing, I'd be walking around trying to find others that have been launched.
And you haven't found anybody who's been launched.
Nope.
But
So
you do make it to the little
podium thing.
chess
Yeah.
pieces immediately. It's still your go.
Yeah, I would look at the different chess pieces and trying to think of which one I want to grab. I'd probably end up grabbing it's the knight chess piece.
I think you'd be a rook or a queen.
Yeah, I think it's the queen one. Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the chess pieces. I would end up grabbing the queen chess piece, and I would probably lean on one of the pillars, waiting for the others to arrive.
Then you hear the giant screech of the bird.
No, it's the scorpion first.
No, Ruby fought the scorpion. I thought.
Pyra.
Pyra? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of the scorpion. Then the bird happens.
Okay. So when I hear the bird, I would probably be like, I don't get a break, do I? I would start making my way to the screams of the bird. And when I eventually get there, see who it is. Which I would see Ruby, Yang, Blake, Weiss. Can't remember the other four.
I know who you're talking about, though. I honestly don't
Yeah,
remember their name.
I
can't
can
remember
name
their names.
Name them then.
We have Jean, Pyrrha, Nora, and I forgot the other dude because I don't care about him.
God.
Ren. There we go. Ren.
Yeah, Ren.
The emotionless dude, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I don't care about.
I had probably asked the person who's closest to me, which would probably be John.
It would be Jean. Depending in the closest to the podium would be Jean.
Yeah, so I'd probably ask him what the hell's going on.
He says, "Big bird, go fly, fly."
I mean, that's actually what John would say.
Yeah. So I'd be like, do you need help with this?
And he's like, yeah.
I would pull out my beginning sword or my katana that I have and be like, I'll be back. Don't shit yourself while you're over here.
Don't shoot yourself to death again.
I'd probably run off towards the bird to where I think it's where at the point where Yang's shooting the bird from in the sky with her gauntlets. When she finally knocks the bird out of the sky, that's when it slams into the damn wall. I would probably run over to it. Pin one of its legs to probably the wall with the katana blade.
And as you pin it to the wall, your scroll starts going off.
I'm like, why now? I look at the scroll.
It's a
and
call
I'm
from
like,
God.
and I'm just like, why are you calling me now? So I answer the phone or answer God.
Heyo, remember that guy that I said that got reincarnated?
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's going to Beacon Academy soon. Well, I should say she now, but apparently that person knew you, so good luck.
God
Call
damn it,
ends.
God. I swear, I never thought God could be so annoying.
Your scroll dings.
I look at the scroll.
I'm annoying because you don't know me very well. All you know is my name is God and I can reincarnate people.
I just put the scroll away and
Your scroll dings again. And instead of having to look at it, it just yells, "You know I can see you too, right?
I just flip them off.
Oi, that's not nice!"
I'm, I'm just like, I don't care. I'm angry right now. Leave me alone.
Okay, you don't have to be so mean.
I would just run up to after the bird's pinned. I would just run up the back of the bird, grab its. I don't know if they call it a beak now, but the mouth of it.
It would be a beak.
And
It's a bird.
yeah, I would yell at Ruby, "Can you help me with this?" Which after I said that, Ruby would get launched by Weiss. Similar to what happens to Cannon, she climbs up the damn wall with the head attached to her scythe, cutting it off.
And by the way, the wall area is not at the base of the mountain this time. It's going to be in the middle of the forest because it needed to be like that so we can advance in some of the abilities for the story. So, yeah. So that happens to Canon. They go running off to where they have to go to catch up. You stay behind and sit there for a few seconds.
Yeah, I stay there and just think about what I did.
And while you're sitting there reflecting on your argument earlier, because that's all that's been on your mind the entire time, you slowly get angrier and angrier and angry at yourself until something starts to change. That mask that was at your side just vanished. It's now on your face. And you start to change drastically.
Yeah, I would just start getting to the point where I'm not thinking straight, and I would just get to the point where I'm so pissed off that I don't notice what's happening to myself, and my change would start happening faster and faster and faster as it
Until
gets
you
more
look like
angry.
this. And everybody who was running away stops and sees this giant monstrosity behind them.
We should probably explain. It's if you have watched Ruby and Canon, I forgot. Uh, it's the size. It's a little bit smaller than the Leviathan Grim, but the
With,
tail or
with just the
Leviathan.
body. With just the body, it's a
Yeah,
little bit smaller than
just the
Leviathan
body,
Grim. But the
but the
tails are the
tails.
same size as the Leviathan Grim.
Yeah,
So it is massive. And then with the Holy One, or as people call him, God, overlooking everybody, he's like, that's not good. And he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden the Grim just disappears. Just out of nowhere, disappears. Osmond's been watching the entire time and sees this massive creature appear and just disappear. So he's confused. The witch is confused. I forget her name. All the rest of the Ruby characters are confused.
The witch you mean Salem, right?
No.
no,
Ah.
the one that saved Ruby.
Yes. Everybody in Ruby is confused, and they're wondering what that was. And currently, Laz is knocked out from the transformation, and God just teleports her to her room with his powers, and she's now sleeping. So instead of looking like this, she looks like, well, not me, this. She looks like this in her bed. The full adult form. And we skip 2 days when the arrival of somebody comes. And she meets with Osbin. They're currently in his office, and he asks her what classes she wants to take because she's on recommendation from Atlas HQ.
Well, Mr. Osmond, first off, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Same as you.
I would like to become a huntress.
That's a little obvious since you're joining Beacon Academy, but
Yeah, just put me over with whatever class you feel like will fit me.
um, with your equipment, you would be good for second year, but I would have to see your skills in depth, so is it okay if I put you in first year?
That
Until
is
I see.
perfectly fine.
Okay. You're going to be in a class with Alexis, Laz, Ruby, Yang, Blake, and a few others. And you may see someone you've already known for a little bit. Her name is Wise. Um,
My little rival.
okay, you must know her already.
I
Hopefully,
know her. I
hopefully you can
have
get
a
along.
personal rivalry against her.
Hopefully you can get along, and we can make you a successful huntress.
I will not disappoint you, Mr. Osmond.
I'll have my beautiful assistant here, the witch girl. I forget her name.
Glenda? Glenda Goodwitch?
Yes,
Yep.
her. Escort you to your room. You have a private quarters because we currently do not have anybody else to go into a room with you to share. We have all of our rooms taken up, so it's a private quarters in a house on campus, but it's currently being occupied by someone else. There's more rooms than just one. So we'll put you in that room for right now. Hopefully you can get along with the two that live there. One is very weird, and then the other is very rude at times. So
I mean,
hopefully,
if it's free stabbing shit, I should be fine.
okay. Hopefully we won't have any issues. I'll keep an eye on you and talk to you later. And after that,
Simply just wave off.
you and Goodwitch go to the house, and Goodwitch knocks on the forge doors. So she's like, "God damn it!" So she blasts the door open, and then all of a sudden I run out, punch Goodwitch, be like, "Don't you dare come into a corner of the freaking house thing, whatever you call this, and expect me to be ready all the time. Currently crafting." And I run back in and pull the door with me.
My sword is currently half drawn at this point. Just
Then I,
sensing a threat.
then I pop my head out, being like, "That sword can't do crap to me." Then I shut the door again and lock it. And Goodwitch turns to you and goes, "I really wish I could torture her, but every time I hit her, she loves it. It's so strange. Well,